What is up YouTube, and welcome back to another Chaos Zero Nightmare CZN video, as the kids call it nowadays, or I guess everyone. And today we are talking about the best event that you are going to encounter in the event Chaos world. And the reason why we're stuck on this screen here in this battle is because it revolves around this card that you can see is on my Veronica. Now this card is available from an event, and this card is absolutely broken, not because you can use it for a powerful effect, but because of the fact that it has the remove tag onto it, and the way you obtain it is going to be very easy, but also RNG based, and it will happen pretty early into your Chaos run for the event world. This event does appear randomly in the event world, like I said. I found it to appear more in the bottom half of the first floor. I don't really know if this is just like a small sample size kind of thing, but I did find that it did happen on the bottom half of the map a lot more. And the reason why this event is so good is because you get to convert one of your cards into this mutant sample, which has that remove tag, which we'll talk about why the remove tag is so good. Now you do have to roll for it, so if you actually get unlucky, you want to make sure you have those rewinds available. And what you can do after you turn this into the mutant sample card is you don't actually have to remove it. You can just keep it in your deck until the end of the run, and it will automatically remove, which means that you don't have to waste any credits in the shop to remove it, or you don't have to waste any events to remove it, and you can remove those other cards. So why is this card so OP? So let's actually talk about, removing cards. So as you guys probably know at this point in the game, or if you don't know, removing cards is a very good way to make powerful decks. You can see my Veronica deck here, I did remove 2 of the basic cards, and this is very good because it just allows her to draw into her better cards a lot quicker, right? A lot of the basic cards, especially for healers like Veronica or even Cassius, or just basically any support that you're bringing, you don't really care about their attack cards too much. For DPSs, you don't really care about the shield cards, for example, on Rin, or even Renoa's shield card as well. So basically, you get to take out this card by converting it into the mutant sample. And the reason why the mutant sample is so good, it's mostly going to have to do with how the remove tag works. So if we actually look at the save rules for the Faint Memories, you're going to see that when you actually remove a card, the first card removal costs 0 points. The second one costs 10, then it goes to 30, and then it goes to 50. However, if you remove a card that's a starting card or an epiphany card, an additional 20 points is added for every single instance. So if the first card removal that you do with card removal is actually one of these starter cards, it's not going to be 0 points. It'll end up being 20, which will eat into your Faint Memory cap, which is going to be 20 plus the tier that you're doing times 10, right? So 20 plus, if I'm doing tier 10, for example, it'll be 120 Faint Memory cap, right? So that's a very quick way to summarize it, but that's really bad because you are just eating into that cap with that removal. However, if you look at the bottom here, card removals affected by the removal talent are not included in this calculation. So this is a very bad way to actually have it in the game. I don't know why I just did that, but this makes it very confusing because you're probably thinking, oh, if I remove a card from an event, it doesn't count. The events still count. The thing that this is trying to say is that if a card such as Mutant Sample has remove on it, as you can see here, then what ends up happening is if you remove this card from the deck, then it doesn't count towards your faint memory cap at all. And the beautiful thing about Mutant Sample is that it automatically removes at the end of the run, so you don't really have to waste an event or that shop removal to take it out of your deck. So that makes this card super strong because you are able to thin out your deck very easily because the event, if you guys don't remember, I'll play it again here, you can see that you convert it into the Mutant Sample. You don't just get the Mutant Sample. So you're basically converting and removing a card for free. Usually the thing is with the conversions is it's only going to cost you 10 points. You're going to see the first card conversion costs 10. So this is going to save you 10 points on your Faint Memory cap. So that's very important. And the most important thing is, you get an extra card removal from an event for a different type of card. So it might not seem like the biggest, save on your Faint Memory space, but you have to realize you don't get that much Faint Memory like space to work with. So it's very important for any character that you're trying to run through and to build to utilize this mutant sample event. You always want to go for it if you find it, and you want to be very, very specific on who you want to use it on, because if you use it on, for example, Veronica, like I showed you in the clip, then you want to make sure that run is solely built for Veronica, because I am already cheating on the Faint Memory system a bit and getting a bit of a bonus for it. So you definitely want to utilize this event. It is something that people actually reset for. I've seen people reset their Yuki runs for it to try to, thin out Yuki's deck and make like the best deck for her. I've seen people do it for Mika's to try to make the perfect drawing deck for her. It's actually what I did for this deck, but it didn't end up panning out because I got really unlucky. You can see it's only 90 points. You can even, use it something for like a Rin for your DPS. So it's just the best event in the game, and it's something that you really, really want to utilize. So you can thin out your deck as efficiently as possible and make room for a lot of those, other cards, right? So the forbidden cards, if we actually look at the save data help again, forbidden cards will cost 20, which actually is not the most expensive thing, but still pretty expensive. It saves with a 100% chance. But you have to realize, like, the Divine Epiphanies cost so much, and even like replicating cards, you're gonna see duplications also cost a lot, and it will add the modifier for the Divine Epiphanies. So I know it's very confusing. Basically, anytime you get a Divine Epiphany and anytime you replicate it, it's costing you a ton of space. So just making any space at all in your deck building is very important. And Divine Epiphanies cost for 20. So this is extremely, extremely expensive. On top of that, another reason why it is very important is because monster cards cost 80. So if you actually look at the monster cards in the deck, I did briefly talk about it in my last video, but the monster cards, if we go all the way to the bottom here, you'll see we start getting to the shiny rainbow ones. Some of these are extremely, extremely strong, right? You have stuff like the Spirit Kafox. This one is very good. Evil Spirit Salamander, I haven't encountered it yet. This one is also extremely powerful. You also have something like the Dominion monster card. This just gives you morale at the start of every turn. And the best part about these monster cards is they can even get epiphanies, which will make them even more broken. So that is like absolutely crazy. I think the Dominion one can apply like Agony. It can also give you like a shield, which can be good for some hard bosses like the event boss, the crab boss going on. So what I'm trying to say is there are so many things that eat into your Faint Memory cap space. So not only do you want to hunt for this card to try to kind of, cheat the system a bit and make it so you have more space into your deck with your removal on that card, but also you want to just try to convert as many cards as possible. Converting and then removing is super OP, and that is how you can cheat those really powerful decks. It is something I did on my Veronica deck here. You could see we did get to 150 points, but I do have a Divine Epiphany on a neutral card duplicated. That cost so many points, right? That's why my Faint Memory space is at 150. But I also got to remove 2 of your basic cards, which is also very expensive. And the way you do this is just by converting and then, removing it. So it saves you a lot of space in the long run. Something you definitely want to take advantage of. It is very, very important to do to make those really powerful, skinny, thin decks. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Just wanted to talk about that mutant sample card. It's super, super OP for crafting your perfect save data. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.